Welcome to the Excited Marriage Podcast. This one's different. This podcast is going to be dedicated to the newly married couple of Tazmin and Armani Anderson. Tazmin Austin, but we're not going to call her that because she's about to be Anderson real soon.
In like a few days, yeah.
Yeah, like a couple days here. So we're recording this podcast because I kind of wanted to get... Because the podcast is really fun to express new ideas and thoughts on. It's kind of because you're talking to the future. Just
fun.
I think
so.
I like to think that you're talking to the future. It's real fun. And so it's real easy to kind of talk. And so I want to share with you guys the exploration of our first year of marriage as we go through this event together. We'll share the things with us. And we'll also try to provide advice. I mean, I don't know if you want to take advice from some newbies, but we've been through a lot of dating stuff. So if you have dating questions or something like that, we will offer. The email is ourbloodlinefilms@gmail.com. So it's the letter R, bloodlinefilms@gmail.com. You guys can see she looks so cute right now. She's like silently freaking out. Like she has her freak out face on. She's like... and gmail.com.
Well, I didn't know that you wanted me to say that.
No, it was fine. I just wanted to see if you'd pick up on the cues. You're pretty good. You're pretty quick about it.
Thank you.
So you're not just like, I don't know what to do. But so that's where you can send advice in there, and we'll try to answer you guys' questions together. Help. Maybe you just need an extra voice. Maybe you don't really want advice and you just want to give us something to talk about. That also works too, so send things into us. I also got the YouTube channel there. I don't know if there'll be very much marriage things dedicated to it, but we definitely will. Taz should be in my YouTube videos now because before it's been just me here by myself, sadly and lonely.
Now I'm here by myself, sadly and lonely.
Yeah, only for a couple more days.
Yeah.
We did this thing where... So that Taz could... Well, why do you think we did? Like, yeah, I've talked with your dad a bunch of times about it.
I wanted to do it because I have a lot of stuff.
Well, you got to explain what we did.
Oh, we switched. He moved in with my parents, and I moved in here in his house for 2 weeks. And then when we're married, we both come here. I did it because I wanted to put all my stuff away, get myself situated, and kind of get in routine here. But and then make it girly.
Yes, there is girl. I was in the bathroom the other day. There is actual like flowers up on the wall.
Yeah, there's pictures of flowers.
My room was so bare before she.
Now there's flowers on.
Now there's flowers on the wall. Like I had a poster. She moved the poster and put like on our top of our dressers little pretty little things.
Knickknacks
and stuff. Yeah. A lot of pretty stuff. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, of course.
But like I said, I did grow up and we got a bed frame for our bed.
Yes.
So that was nice. I really liked the bed frame. I was very happy because I'd been sleeping on the floor and it made me feel, not on the floor, but like the box spring in the bed just on the floor.
Yeah, mine's just a comforter on the floor.
Like a peasant. That's the bed I'm sleeping in now.
Yeah, which is terrible.
I lost my newly comfortable, it was on a... But we have a bed frame, so that means now we have nightstands, so we each have our sides of the bed.
Yeah.
It slowly turned from not bachelor pad to newlywed pad. I still don't know what to call it. I want to say newlywed pad, but I feel like that's not the answer. So like newlywed pad is not the thing to say.
Newlywed pad. It sounds like some sort of like pad.
Well, I mean,
menstrual pad.
I mean, you just add pad to it. Oh yeah, like a newlywed pad. So, like, when I talked to your dad about, like, why your dad wanted to, because you were relying on him, he said. Most of your life was, you felt safe at home because you're with him, or you feel safe because you were relying on him. So you said, I want to give you a time where you'd stop relying on him, relying on yourself, and then when I move in, you'd be able to rely back on me. Kind of to purge him from your system. It was explained, like, the guys that are listening to this, you'll understand what I'm saying. Like, that's kind of in guy terms. We don't use very many words, so it's basically like, yeah.
Grunt.
I get you. Yeah. So it's just like kind of to give you a little bit of freedom, and then a little bit of less relying on him.
Which worked because I was sick the other day and I was still alone. I still took care of myself.
Did you take care of yourself?
Kinda.
I'm gonna say, like, did you take care of yourself?
I didn't have a car.
Your mom could not help it. Your mom cannot.
I know.
Help it. We're gonna have to wean her off slower. You're taking a little bit more time.
It did help because I didn't have a car to get anywhere.
Yeah.
First of all, so I couldn't walk to the store and get myself some NyQuil or DayQuil, or couldn't walk to the house at midnight. So
yeah.
It was kind of nice.
I'm not saying it wasn't nice. I'm saying it wasn't. I'm not saying it wasn't nice. I said, but like I said, you will go into relying on me is what. Mm-hmm. I had to tell her mom the other day. We came over here to take care of her for a little bit. And Amy's like, and so I was talking, and she's like, oh yeah, she hasn't eaten. I'm gonna make her some soup. And I was like, Amy, please let me take care of her. Please just go sit down and let me take care of her.
Yeah, she's always taking.
She does. She means well. She means well. She was She was like, She didn't like it. She didn't like it.
No, she did.
She was like, oh, but I want to take care of my baby. She wanted, and I was like, it's okay, Amy. Now she can go and she can start taking care of Austin.
He needs a lot of taking care of.
He does need some taking care of. So she can do that. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about, we decided that it would be a good thing to share with all you guys the courtship process, or I guess our dating process, because it's a little bit. It was weird. It was weird.
Like, it was very beginning. It was very back and forth.
On my end
it would totally.
It was at the beginning. It was both. It was both. What I remember. This is what I remember from the very, very beginning. I forgot where we first met at, but I remember
I remember where we first met.
Where?
We met at a convention.
I'm not talking about the time I got your number. I'm talking about before that. There was a time before that.
Oh, was it that a friend's house, wasn't it? You told me that.
That first time you met?
Yeah, when I threatened you about my brother.
Yeah, but you were like I don't know how old you were. I was young too. That was not the time I was talking about. She did. She was like a bear or some type of creature. She had because if you've seen Taz, you know that she has very frizzy hair, like very frizzy, curly.
I was a tomboy.
Just thick hair. Yeah, so she was a tomboy. She didn't take care of it.
Yeah.
She was a little chunky, and so she was like. I was just joking around, and I was like, oh, he also was telling me how he doesn't feel pain, like it's not like immediate to his brain. He feels a lot less than most people.
Which sounds like him, yeah.
And I was like, I would love to just punch you. And Tess said, you punch my brother, I'm gonna beat you up. Got all up in my face. And I was like, dang, girl, come on.
My voice was that low, too.
It was definitely, I was like, oh my goodness,
punch my brother, I'm gonna beat you.
She got real low and...
I showed off my muscles.
She showed up. Yeah, she was in this big. She was like a big girl in this giant one-piece bathing suit.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
I'm remembering that now.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. So that's the first. I guess that is the first. That's the
my
first time. My
awkward phase was from birth to 13.
No, not 13.
14. You said I was hot.
Not 14.
No, it was because you thought I was cute. That's why you got my number.
Oh, you cheated though. Okay, never mind. Yeah, she was 14.
So my awkward phase was from birth to 13.
But even when you were 14 though, you were still kind of.
I was getting out of it, but
you were still coming out of it. Well, yeah, it's because that dress was nice.
Yeah, it is. I still have that dress.
And it was at a convention. For those of you that know what that is, she pulled out all the stops. People get all dressed up, all kinds of nice.
Oh yeah.
She was in a beautiful dress.
Oh yeah.
So she was looking. So she was at her peak.
I was looking for a man.
And now her peak is her lowest. Her lowest form now, with no makeup on, is how she looked at 14.
Dang.
Is that low? Does that mean?
I don't know yet, because I don't remember what I looked like at 14.
I don't remember either, and let's not stop talking about it. Anyway, so the time after that, I remember talking to her. I don't remember when or what happened at first, but for some reason, I don't know, it was at Joshua Tree. We went to Joshua Tree National Park.
Oh, yeah, and you had this whole story made up. I remember that.
I made that up on the spot, though. I
don't remember what I was. I think it was the person who yelled.
I don't know. Jen was our bomber. We had muscles. I was the brain. We had a whole... And
then we started losing people.
I like to express my imagination in a story or in a very tangible, out loud way. So I was just telling... we were walking through the desert, and I was like, oh, okay, this would be cool. And I was like... This is our story. We're a band of misfits that came together for a common goal. I'm the brains of the operation. She's blah blah blah. And I gave everybody like nicknames, and we were having fun. But Taz started to get started to like me. I don't know if that's when it started. Do you remember that? Or if you already liked me before then.
I think I was curious.
She was throwing out all the classic girl signs of I'm curious. She was digging me. You were digging me.
Well, that's the thing. You liked women, and I can tell. I was just
but
curious.
You were still digging me. But you were still digging me.
I wanted to know why you got made a ministerial servant and how responsible you were.
I wasn't a servant there yet.
Well, you weren't? When'd you get a servant?
I was when we went to Joshua Tree.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. It was like 3 years ago.
Well, I was talking to Dave. 2011, 2012. I started pioneering. So.
Oh.
And then that next year, so 2012, between 2000, I think it was 2012, 2012, I got made a servant.
Okay, well, you just interest me.
I
wasn't like.
You were throwing out all the vibes. You weren't over. I know you weren't. I said you liked me though. You weren't head over heels. You weren't like in love with me, or you weren't like, oh, I'm gonna date this guy. But you were like, this is interesting.
This is an interesting man.
She was digging me. You were digging me.
I was.
Why? You were
I like darker men.
No, she likes darker men. Dark in spirit and dark in skin.
Yeah.
So from what so she started to dig me, and I was like. This is just Austin's younger sister. Yeah, and she was a little ugly, so I was like, oh, okay. I'm sorry, baby. You're telling the truth, right? I told you, you were awkward, though.
I was super awkward.
She had a lot of acne, and she was like...
Even now, I'm super awkward, because every time he tries to use, like, a pickup line, I just forget that he's, like, my husband in, like, 2 days, and I just walk away all awkwardly.
Yeah, I complimented her earlier. I was like, "Oh, I like the way you stand," and she was like, like what? How are you gonna shrug off my compliment? I just gave you a very serious and loving compliment, and you're just gonna shrug me off like that.
I'm always gonna stand like that, so.
Yeah, I know, and I like it. That's why I said that. Anyway, and so she started digging me, and I was like, "Oh, okay," she was all right. I was used to girls liking me, because. She just rolled her eyes. I want everyone to know that. She likes to roll her eyes at me.
Yeah,
anyway,
he likes to
You could tell the story different. I'm just saying, like, girls, the guy's version of the story is beginning, middle, end. Your version of the story is a lot of, well, I wasn't, like, just how when I said you were digging me. In the end, you were digging me.
True.
That's the definition of that. But you're like, I was just interested and intrigued. And, that's what everyone's wondering. Yeah. It's the same.
True.
So, I'm going to tell a story. You can add stuff to it, of course. Add your details to it, but I'm just saying, like, my story is more logical. Yeah?
Yep.
So, so then, I don't remember that. I remember everyone went hiking that day, though. I was playing dominoes. Oh, it was the best day ever. I was killing it, some dominoes. Mm-hmm. Throwing them bones.
There was a lot of people there.
Yeah, there was. I had so much fun. When was this? About 2000?
Let's say, no, it was like 2000... I
remember two people that I know were dating, but if I said that on the podcast, it'd be weird. But I remember, like, that's how I marked that time period. But so anyway, fast forward, how much?
Like a year.
Was it a year? Because Thanksgiving to like April, so like maybe like 8 months.
About 8 months, yeah, I would say that. That's a safe way to go. About
8-9 months, and I saw her. She was in this beautiful dress. I thought it was nice. And she was walking around, and I was like, that was something. So I took her phone, and I texted myself from her phone.
First he asked me, like, can I use your phone to text somebody? And I was like, sure. I didn't know he was texting himself, by the way.
I'm smooth, guys. What can I say? I'm so smooth. That worked, though, didn't it? If I would have said, I'm taking it so I can get your number.
I probably wouldn't have given it to you.
Exactly.
And we wouldn't be here.
So I was like, oh, let me just see your phone. I'm gonna text. She was like, text me. First off, I used to like to take people's phones because I wanted to see how much trust you had in someone, and I wanted to see if people trusted me. So she let me take her phone. I was like, okay, fine. Blah blah blah. Texted myself, and then later on I texted her, and we started talking, and we were like, oh, haha, laughing.
I don't think I got anything out of that convention, by the way.
We were texting the whole convention, though, were we? Like during, because I was being an attendant.
I think you would if you had the time. You weren't around other people.
I remember that. Actually, you know what? Now I think I remember that next convention.
What?
Oh my! It just came back to me. Oh my goodness! It just came back to me. Okay, so the next convention after that, because remember we had separate ones?
Yeah, I remember that. That was the most boring convention ever because I was always looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, it was looking nice. The other brothers, oh my god. This is the wrong time to reveal this story to you, but, so,
oh no.
like I said, I'm smooth, guys. I was smooth. And so I was attending, and so the brother relieved me halfway to lunch, and relieved me. And I went down and started doing my thing during the second half of lunch, started talking. And so I come back to the post to relieve the brother. And he looks at me. He goes, "Let me see your hand." I was like, "What?" He grabs my hand and lifts it up. And he shows the other brother across that was attending, showing him across. He's like, hey, look, no ring. We would have thought you came back married. All those girls following you. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I found him in a crowd of women.
Not a crowd, a bustle.
With a few guys in there.
There were always guys there. Jeff was my man.
Jeff and Taryn were there.
No, Taryn wasn't there.
Taryn wasn't there.
Taryn had abandoned us and left to San Diego.
It was Jeff and somebody else.
It was probably Jeff, Cameron, maybe Henri, I don't know. But I remember Jeff was mostly with me all the time. And that was the year I think that Jeff started doing the sound, so I don't think Jeff was with me.
No, I remember Jeff being with you because I was like, wow.
You weren't there, though, because Jeff had a different convention than me. That's what happened.
Oh, when we met?
No,
when you
the
took my
second
phone?
one. I remember when you met me. Oh, yeah, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff was there. Because I remember thinking, like...
I was the one who... I was trying to teach Jeff how to talk to girls, because it was very easy for me. Like, I had no trouble at all.
And then he ended up being a wingman, which worked for you.
I'm a wingman. Jeff wingman me?
Yeah.
How?
Tons of times.
Jeff, this was Jeff's contribution. He made me seem less intimidating as a black person.
You were never intimidating. You have a natural smile. Mm-hmm. You can have the most angry face ever.
I know, but it comes off weird when you see. I can't explain. We're not going to get into the whole psychological effect of seeing a black person with a white person. It's a whole thing. But it's like when you see a black person with a white person, they seem less scary. It's just the way it seems. It's just
really?
Yeah, like Don's gonna be married to you. People are gonna go, "Oh, he's married to a white lady." It's gonna make me seem less intimidating.
It just kind of reminds me of when we went to that pumpkin patch. And
yeah. Tell the story.
So we went to this pumpkin patch in somewhere out of town, and there was a flood of white people, right?
So many white people.
And he found this one black guy. Went up and was like, "Oh yeah, man, it's great seeing you here." And he started like giving a high five, and like gave him a hug.
I gave him some kettle corn too.
He gave him kettle corn, and they walked away. And apparently, he has a white wife. And a
white wife, yes, I promise. He walked away, and this lady came up and was like,
"Who is that?
Do you know who is that?" He's like, "I don't know."
And they bonded.
And we bonded for that brief second. It was like one of those things. Like it was one of those things I had to get used to because I was hanging out with most of our dating. We were hanging out with her parents.
Yeah.
And not that it's not. You guys just know a lot of white people. That's just the thing. So I felt really out of touch, and I was like, "Why am I here? I'm not enjoying this at all."
Aww.
But I like being with Taz. Taz, you were always fun.
Thank you.
You're always fun.
I tried to be fun.
You tried to be fun. So we were doing lots of stuff because her mom's really white.
Yeah. But so am I, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. She loves that pumpkin spice latte.
I don't like pumpkin spice latte.
She likes Starbucks.
I do like Starbucks.
So anyway, I was just like, okay.
And cats.
And cats. She loves cats. But I don't know if cats is a white people thing. Do you think so?
I think it's just like girls who want attention, so they just want cats. They're like, yeah. I'm such a cat lady.
Yeah, because cat ladies will give you attention.
Yeah, because I guess it's like a new thing now where girls want to be cat ladies and they only have like one cat.
Well, they become cat ladies by necessity. Because they're like, no one loves me, I need some love and affection. Me. Yeah. And then once they get love and affection, they're like, okay, I don't need a cat anymore. Like,
I do miss my cat.
Well, yeah.
Being here for 2 weeks.
Oh, well, I mean, you were a true cat lady. You weren't alone when you loved your cat.
True.
I mean, I don't know what happens once they eventually get a boyfriend, but I do know ladies get cats because they don't want to be alone.
True. And dogs. Well, I don't know. Dogs, girls are
this
too
is what I
clingy.
say. Dogs are a man's best friend. I mean,
True.
there are girls who love dogs. I'm not trying to be like generalizing, but I'm saying dogs are man's.
If you look at the math at it, then it's like guys like dogs more than
because
girls.
guys will go outside and throw sticks and chill, and then they'll be like, "What's up, man?" Because guys just want to be loved. They want you to show them attention. They want to be loved. So a guy will get a dog because a dog will see you and be like, "Oh, hi, my friend's here. Oh my God, my friend's here.
You guys been gone for 2 years.
I love you, friend. I love you, friend." Guy and
cats are just like,
they're like, "Okay, it's back again. God,
this thing
never leaves.
This giant thing that
this thing lives here. Ugh."
But they feed me, so I have to stay.
Yeah, so guys don't like cats because they're just like, cats are just like, I don't really need you. The cats are kind of jerks to you.
That's true, but they're nice when you like I noticed like if you're sick, they kind of like hang around you so you feel better. But other than that, they don't really do much. They just kind of sit around. They're just like you find it on the couch somewhere sleeping, and you're just like you don't do anything. You're just there.
They're just there.
You're just there.
And they'll look at you. Like, sometimes I go inside because I'm staying with their parents, and I'll look at the cat, and they'll be like, "Hi, Freddy," and she'll just look up and like, and then look back, lay back down what she's doing. Like, oh God, it's here again. Like, she's so mean.
I know, she's so mean.
I know, like,
Freddy,
her words don't even hurt. Her actions hurt. Like, she'll come into the house, I'm like, "Hey, Freddy," and then she'll run. But then other times she'll be like, "Hi," like trying to make me pet her. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, she's very bipolar.
Yeah,
I don't know what she wants.
She's a cat. That's the way cats are. So, but so then after I put my number in her phone, we started talking a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, how old are you?" You know, because I was doing. You talk before you get to the whole "how old are you" thing, and she told me she was 15.
I was 14. I was almost like a few months away from 15, so.
Yeah, she was a few months away from 15.
I say that's a fair enough.
I still don't know how I feel about it. Because even when she said she was 15, I was like, "Oh, haha," because I was 17.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I was 17 turning 18, she was 15, so I was like...
I was 14 turning 15.
You were 14 turning 15, but you told me 15.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to think about where in the year it was. But anyway, so I was like, ooh, I'm not sure how I feel about this. And so I was like, yeah, okay. So I didn't want to be the guy who was like, "Oh, now I can't talk to you because I can't date you." Like, that's kind of jerkish.
Yeah.
It's real douchey. So I was like, no. So we started talking like normal, regular people. And we were real friendly. And I started to like catch feelings. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do it.
He caught the feels.
I caught the feels, but I didn't say anything because I was like, she was so young, and I didn't want to make it about that for her if it wasn't about that for her. I didn't want to, because one of the scary things for me is like you don't want to force someone to experience something that they're not already experiencing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be like, "Oh, boys, how do you feel about boys?" Ooh, if she didn't really like, she was like,
very parent-like thing to do. How do you feel like about boys?
Yeah, I didn't. But I mean, like that's the thing. I didn't want it to be like. You know what I meant?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I didn't want, like I said, I'm very mature. I was like, okay, let's not. So I didn't say anything.
It was very mature, girl crazy.
Yeah, it was, because I was like I said, there are a lot of people that I know that are girl crazy, and I try to tell them what I did, but then I realized it won't work for them because they're not using their brain. Like even though I was super flirty and like, girl crazy, like I've been in love with the thought of love since my first Disney movie. I was like,
what was your first Disney movie?
I can't even remember. I want to say Beauty. I want to say the Snow White, the one with Snow White.
Well, I thought you were gonna say Beauty and the Beast. I was like, this relationship kind of makes sense then.
Well, yeah, because you're a beast. But anyway, anyway, I just got a real sense of like, yeah, everything that I did, I had a sense of plan to it. So my whole life of trying to date her, I guess, or date anybody was, will I be able to marry them? Will I be able to support this person? So there was a period of time where I had a job and I lost a job, so I wasn't trying to date anybody, but I was still flirting because you had to flex that muscle. You gotta practice. I don't
know. I'm not a flirt, so.
Yeah, so you gotta practice. You gotta keep your practice up. So yes. I was flirting with her.
And then.
every time I would flirt with her, she was very like. This is why I didn't think she liked boys, because I would say things to flirt with her, and she'd be like,
"Okay."
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I don't
she
like
literally
to be
would say
flirted
that.
with.
She literally would just be like, okay.
Or I'd laugh.
Or she'd laugh, or
roll my eyes. I'd mostly roll my eyes. I remember
But I
that.
couldn't see you. I couldn't text you. I forgot what you used to say to me.
I used to put those little like quotation marks and put roll's eyes. Remember?
Yeah.
And I just that would be our relationship right there. Just, oh, you look so cute.
Yeah, she was kind of jerky.
A little bit, yeah. I don't like to be flirted with. I mean, I kind of like to be complimented, but when I'm being flirted with, it's different. Like when you're, like, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't even know like the difference between the two. Like being flirted with or being complimented.
It depends how it comes. The compliment is just like, you look nice.
Yeah. Or if you or like, tell me the difference. Yeah.
Like, okay, so if you were like, if a flirt is from something that you say. So compliment would be like if I was just walking and I was like, or not walking, but if I saw you and I was like, Taz, you look really nice today.
I would take that as a compliment.
Yeah, if I was like, oh, those shoes look really nice today, or if I compliment something on him like that, I just complimented on them.
Mm-hmm.
A flirting would be if I was like, wow, you know what? I think you make this room a little bit brighter because you look nice today. Yeah, like
I just got real awkward right
now. Why? I don't understand how that gets awkward for you.
I don't either. Blame my mother.
That was literally a great one. I was going to say, this room's a little bit brighter because you're in it.
Aw.
See? Oh, wow. If you guys could see her face, you'd be like, girl, I've been dying for a compliment like that. And you get them willy-nilly all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. And I kind of like to flirt with her.
I learned
I like to flirt with her.
He does. He came up to me the other day and I was just sitting at a table at like this party or something. And I was drinking my coffee, of course, as always. I love coffee. And he comes up to me, even though we're 2 weeks from getting married at that point. He's like, hey, come here often? And I was like, oh no. And he was like, what's your name? And I was like, I got really awkward really fast. Even though I was marrying him.
Yeah.
Even though I'm marrying you, I still get like,
She doesn't know how to respond to
I
my
don't.
comments.
I don't.
I think they're nice though. They're not too strong. They're not, I gotta start off subtle. That was the whole point. Sometimes I hit her with strong ones. I used to hit her with more. I gotta start doing it again.
Yeah, you should.
Like I said, if you don't flex it, you lose it. So I didn't flex the muscle for a minute there, and so I've lost all my real good ones. Because the best flirt is a retort. Is she says something and you give her a compliment back.
You should. You should flex it again. And then I'm going to be awkward about it, but
That's why I can't do it. I could never do it.
Maybe,
you don't give any energy back. That's why I think because we texted, that kind of built our relationship. If I would just been trying to pick you up like a normal girl, like out in public, it never would have worked. Because I'd have been like, this is no fun. There's no, you don't like, but some girls just smile and like giggle. That's fine. And
that's what you like the most.
You started to giggle.
I did.
But at first she was just like,
Well, I think it's because after a while I got used to it. And after you kind of lost your flirting, flexing muscle, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, so you didn't like
I don't like
So
it
you didn't like
anymore.
when I was spitting out gold. I was spitting out unicorn cupcakes. Okay? I'm talking about fresh unicorn cupcakes.
Oh.
And
really?
she's like,
with rainbows and sprinkles?
Well, a unicorn cupcake is unicorn poop. You didn't know unicorns poop cupcakes?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Do they have sprinkles on them?
I mean, if it's got diarrhea.
Diarrhea. What about rainbows?
It's a rainbow frosting.
Oh, what? Now I want a unicorn poop.
Yeah, exactly. They're delicious. Anyway, I was giving out the highest form of flirtery that you could see on this side of the Mississippi. But no, did I get any type of response? No.
I apologize.
You should apologize. You made it so hard for me.
I know, but it made you work for it, and you seem to be happy with what you worked for, so...
I'm happy with what I worked for. I'm glad that I didn't give up but like I said, like I said, it was just a lot of texting. So there'd be times where I was just like, I'm not going to reply to this text because I don't want to text her anymore.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that at the beginning because it was like I didn't have any personal connections and she wouldn't respond to my flirtery. So it was just like, oh.
Your flirtery?
Yeah, I just was not feeling what she was dishing out, so I didn't go for it. But then we moved past that, and I kept texting her, and then kept texting her, and every time like she tried to put me in the friend zone or call me one of her friends.
I call him homie.
She called me homie one time. Was it one time?
It was one time, and he told me not to do it anymore, and I did.
Do you remember exactly what happened? I remember that.
I was like, thanks, homie, and you're like, don't ever call me homie. Or something like that.
How did you feel?
I was like, oh, I just made a mistake.
Did it kill you on the inside?
It did, because then I felt really embarrassed. I was like, oh, he hates me.
I didn't mean for you to
insecure people always think, like, they jump to the worst conclusion at the worst time, and I was like, he's never going to talk to me anymore. I lost a friend because I called him homie. And then I, like, died.
And then I explained it to her. I just explained it to her. I was like, when you call me homie, it makes you seem like you're putting me in the friend. I was like, but eventually one of these days, I would try to date you. I want to keep that door open, then I would have the possibility, and I would try to date you. And she was like,
oh yeah, I do kind of remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. And then I think like a year or a few months passed, and he kept flirting with me, and I was like, all right.
Do you remember when you got what I remember is like I remember when you had the phone. I text you the entire life of your little phone.
Oh yeah, until I lost it at Six Flags.
She lost it at Six Flags, and then she got a Kindle.
I got the Kindle before that, but
okay. Well, she got the Kindle.
I had a Kindle, and I still do, which is great. I got Kick on that Kindle, and we would text.
Then we started kicking. Yeah.
Yeah, then we started kicking.
That was the reason why I got kicked. So then we started kicking from there.
Mhm.
Because I remember you were yeah.
And I told him to stop flirting with me.
She did tell me to stop flirting with her. She had goals in her life that she wanted to accomplish, and I was like, oh.
I thought he hated me at that point.
That's when I fell in love with her.
Because I was like, I texted him because he sent me something very flirtatious.
I remember that. I remember that flirt. You said something about a deck of cards, and I said, I was like, well, I already have part of the deck because I have my Queen of Hearts. And
I was like, okay.
She was like, pause.
Back up here for a second.
And like this was my old phone. I didn't have the heart emoji. Didn't have emojis.
So you had to like text it out.
But once I had kicked, that's when I set the heart emoji.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, hold up, wait a minute. The reason why I remember that is because I remember debating in my own head whether to use the heart emoji. I was like, oh, do I use the heart emoji or not? I didn't know what to do.
The beginning of time of emojis.
Yeah. So Taz was like, hold up. And so she had goals. She told me she had goals in her life that she wanted to accomplish. But
I couldn't accomplish them if you were flirting with me.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to go down this path of the bad conscience, so I need you to stop flirting with me. And he agreed, but he still flirted with me.
Well, I mean, I flirted a little. Like, I stopped.
And then he would apologize and keep doing it.
It was because it just poured right out of me. Like, you don't even realize how it just poured right out of me. The first thing I would think about. You know those people who automatically have an insult to say to you?
Yeah.
It was like that.
Or sarcasm.
For flirting. Yeah. People who were sarcastic people. For me, it was just a flirtatious comment.
Flirtatious. I was like, oh, this... Okay.
I just couldn't help it. And people were like, oh, he's a flirt. And I'm like, I can't help it. Like, I really want you to know that I'm a serious person. I would seriously date you, and I would stop it. And it was just like, it was hard
for you, wasn't it?
It was
only a few months.
It wasn't too hard before. Like, people got on me right away about it. Like, they were giving me a real hard time about it. And I was like, calm down,
please. Oh,
the
flirting thing?
Yeah, I was like, please come. Like, but it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't that long when we started dating where everyone was just on me about it. It was like,
oh, that's true. Down. They're like, oh, you have a girlfriend now. You stopped flirting.
They took it way more seriously than she did.
I knew where he was coming from, to be honest, because I know he was a flirtatious person. So I just said, if he ever gets the urge to flirt, just flirt with me. Yeah. Even though I'm not like I'll still take it and go, oh, thanks, and I'll put like a little heart.
That's when I remember you started to take it well. Before, she did not take it well at all. I don't remember you taking it well before. Mm-mm. But I remember I told her that. I was like, I
started taking it well when we actually started dating.
Well, because I was like, I'm going to try to flirt with you so I don't flirt with other people. And then she started taking it well, better. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, that's when it was working. But then, like I said, whenever I'd have a flirtatious comment in my head, I'd just keep it in my head and I wouldn't say it out loud. So I stopped flexing that muscle. But
Yep. So, I think it was just, to me, when you flirted with me, it sounded more routine. But when you were honest and you said that you wanted to flirt with me instead of other people, it made me feel more special. You know, like it put me into that affection you show instead of, you know, this is just what I tell every woman that passes by.
Hey, it was genuine though. Each one, I did not reuse any flirtatious comments. All of them were gold. They were all nuggets, just each individual.
You should have written it down somewhere, just all your flirtatious comments. And we could
you know what I did? I trained one of my friends.
Yeah.
I trained him. He's
not here anymore.
No, he's here. Who do you think I'm talking about? Huh?
Seth?
Yeah.
Seth, yeah.
Yeah, I turned Seth into a lean, mean, lady-killing machine. He is. Hal, Sway! Hal! Shut up, Taryn. We're not alone, just so people know. Taryn is here.
Taryn, we have a chaperone.
Poor I know. This is the last time we probably need one, so.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Thank goodness, I know. Well, he's just sitting there playing his games. But anyway.
When you're engaged. And you're just like, because we have 2 days before we're married.
Yes.
2 days before we're married, and we still need a chaperone. It sucks.
It sucks. It is not fun at all.
It is not, because then after those 2 days, either one of us is busy or one of our chaperones is busy, and you're just like. Ugh. And then when you have to do wedding stuff together, you always have to find a chaperone to do that wedding stuff.
Yeah, so it's like you think, oh look, we had a next step.
Look at us, we're mature adults now, and then we still need a chaperone.
Yeah, so yeah, lots of that. Anyway,
anyway,
we're almost to the end of our story. We're almost to.
We keep veering off of it.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. It's an hour-long podcast. We can't. If we rush through it, we'd have nothing else to talk about.
That's true. I think we covered most of this.
No, we did. We didn't really, but we'll get into it. Like you said, you want to make it natural. I keep trying to explain this to you guys. Make it natural. Anyway, so I started to flirt with her, and then it got real. We started to do our thing. I started to run with her family.
Oh yeah, he hates running, by the way.
But they were running, and I was at that time I started losing all that weight. I remember.
Yeah, you looked hot.
I lost a lot of weight. I got down to 200 pounds. I lost a lot of weight. I started playing soccer Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
do remember that. You were like.
I was lean. I was real lean.
Yeah, he was, but he had a big head, so.
And I remember I was doing lots of push-ups. So at that time, while I was leaning out, I was kind of basically working out. People were like, "Oh, you working out?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." Kind of doing push-ups, but I looked real good.
The thing is he was lean, and then he started bulking up, and that's when he looked really good.
Oh,
because he kind of has a big head.
Oh wow!
So when he's lean,
my head is not as big as some people we know. I know someone with a bigger head.
Who?
Seth.
That's true.
Seth's head is giant. I hate to bring up Seth again, but his head is massive. The other day, I grabbed his chin and I grabbed the top of his head and I whispered in his ear. I was like, "You have a giant head."
It's so true, though. But he's a giant human.
Yeah, so. He's a big person, so it's okay. That's not. I had a big head and it all matched and did its thing, so it's decent, I guess. Don't talk about my big head. Shut up.
When you're lean, it just doesn't.
My head got thinner. I was looking at pictures. My head got real slender, but it was still so it just made it look longer to the top. So
yeah, maybe.
I like the way now it looks rounder. Because I did put some weight back on, guys. Dating does that to you.
Yeah.
You eat out so much. I can't tell you how much money I spent on the movies. We went to the movies to see stupid movies, not just like, oh, you guys gonna see a good movie. It was like, no, we were seeing like dumb stuff, just stuff that was like, oh, you could have seen that in video. But just so I could see Taz, it was nice though.
It was nice.
It was nice. It's definitely an important part of the whole dating.
Like the whole time when we went to see Jack Reacher and my brother cockblocked us.
Yeah, that was just because he's so innocent. And
he is such an innocent guy, it was like we went into the theater and I went in first thinking Armani was behind me and we can sit next to each other.
No, it was this is what happened. We went to the seat and my friend Taryn had my back.
That's true.
Taryn went in the seat first, thinking that Austin would follow him.
He did not follow him.
I stopped to let Taz go in first, like a gentleman.
Okay, yeah.
Or to let Austin go, see if Austin would just keep going and go. So I stopped. He looks, and so he stops too and looked at us. And so I go, okay, Taz, go. And so Taz goes, And then he goes right after her.
He basically pushed Armani out of the way.
And set in between us the whole movie. And I thought her dad had told her, like, oh, don't.
No.
Nope, he just did that by complete accident.
Because we told him later, I was like, you remember when you cock-blocked us? And he's like, no. And then we told the story, and he goes, I didn't even know you liked each other then. I was just
like, they had to his parents had to sit down with him and be like, Armani likes your sister. And he was like, what?
And he was like,
what?
What? I remember when it became very obvious is when we went to Six Flags.
It should have, it was real obvious at Six Flags.
Yeah, because the day after my mom came in my room, you know how parents go. They come in my room, she sat down on the couch next to me. You know how awkward that is when the parents are just like, hi, honey.
My mom never did that to me.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it was really awkward. Anyway, so she's like, so Armani. And I was like, oh, no. Right? I totally lied to her. I said, oh, I didn't even know he liked me.
Oh, you dirty person! What?
She totally knew though, so she was like, "Okay, Taz," and she walked away. And then finally, she got it out of me. I forgot how she did it.
No, I remember she got it out of you another day.
Yeah, she got it out of me another day, but that day I was just like, "I don't know what you're talking about, Mom. I didn't know he liked me. I thought he was just being himself."
She was being, oh, wow. And then we went to Stadium Pizza a couple of days. Was it?
I think it was like a week later.
Yeah.
That's when football started.
Well, no. Was it? No, because the Stadium Pizza was technically our first date. It was technically our first, we had both okay, I like you, let's try to date type of thing.
Yeah.
And then it was a couple weeks after that. So she talked to you, and then it was like that next week at Stadium Pizza or something.
Yeah, it was, and then I convinced my mom to go with us to
Stadium Pizza.
To Stadium Pizza because it was Broncos against Chargers. My mom's a Broncos fan, Armani's a Chargers fan.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, yeah. And
Taz also tricked me to make her think she liked football. But
I thought it was obvious.
That's a story for another time. How is that obvious? You said, I like football.
Yeah, I know, but I thought you would notice. I brought my, drawing book.
I thought you just couldn't watch a game that wasn't your team. That's all I thought. That's honestly I thought. You're like, oh, I can't just watch
I totally came in with, a Broncos jersey, and it wasn't even my jersey. It was my mother's jersey.
I still have the picture.
Oh, yeah, totally.
The first picture we took together. We weren't dating then, but it's still the first picture we took together.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But anyway.
It was nice, though.
It was nice.
Because I remember you rushing out just to take a picture with me.
Yeah, I did.
You're like,
wait, Taz. And so I followed her out, yeah.
And then I think that's when my parents got it out of me,
that same week or something?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was later than that, because that picture, I don't know, Stadium Pizza, it all intertwines in theirs.
It kind of does. It's like,
but I remember one time after Stadium Pizza, she texted me. And she was freaking out like, oh, my parents know. We can't. Oh, my God. I can't do this. All kinds of freaking out. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, I had to calm her down. I was like, okay, tell me what happened. Why are you so sad? Why are you so upset? What did she say? Did she say we couldn't date because I was too old? Or did she say blah, blah, blah? She's like, actually, she didn't really say anything. She just asked me questions. She basically just asked if she liked me. Taz confirmed it for her and then freaked out.
Well, I never told my parents I liked somebody before. I don't know why that's just such a big deal for me. But it went from I wasn't allowed to talk to boys one year to it's okay. So I think that there was no middle transition in that relationship. So it was just I don't know if I'm still allowed to talk to boys or not. I'm going to get in so much trouble,
Yeah,
it was
It was that. She freaked out. I mean, I was like, what did she say? Did she say something bad? She say you're not allowed to? And you're like, no, she just said this. And I was like, ugh. All she did was ask if you like me, and she's like, yeah. And then I was like, okay.
I didn't know what she was gonna do.
And I was like, I was like, oh, okay. So what should we do? And she was like, nothing. You know what? I calmed myself down. And I was like, calm yourself down.
Excuse me.
What have you been doing the last 30 minutes when you freak out?
Don't judge me.
All I did was walk her through the logical steps. Okay, what did she actually say? No. What did she say, though? Did she say anything? Did she seem upset? You're right. She didn't actually say anything, and she wasn't really upset. She kind of just asked me a question. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, I calmed myself down. All the logic that was in your brain was me, yet you calmed yourself down.
Hey. That's just how I think.
I'm sorry. Something's wrong with you.
Oh, and then after that, after we started, publicly dating and stuff, we told my mom that we were secretly texting each other. And she was like, what? What?
I didn't think it was a secret. Taz was a dirty liar.
I'm totally a dirty liar. This whole relationship was just a dirty lie.
I'm not the whole thing, but I can say, for my side, I was very truthful to whoever was talking to me. Taz was habitually lying to her parents. She even lied to me, though.
My phone.
She lied to me, though. Like,
I did.
I knew that I wasn't allowed to talk to girls. I'm not saying that I'm very honest. I'm very truthful. But if my mom would ask, I would have told her. But I did not. I told her, I was like, Taz, I'm not allowed to text girls. And she told me, I said, Taz, go, you should ask your dad. Like, are you allowed to text boys? I said, I don't want anything to get you in trouble or anything weird, Dad. And she goes, okay.
I just sat my phone down. Let me add to this. I sat my phone down and started watching TV for like 10 minutes. And then I replied back to him.
Yeah, and she just text me back. And she was like, he said over his dead body. And I was like, oh, okay, you know.
This is awkward.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, what do you want to do? She's like, oh, I'll still text you. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. You know.
He would have said that anyway.
And so it turns out they were like, and so I went running with them so that they could kind of meet me. Because I knew, along with being a flirt, I was good at the whole parent thing. I was good. I knew that.
Even though my dad knew from the beginning.
I wasn't trying to hide it from him, though. That's the thing. Like, I'm not a hiding person. So that's why I passed this test.
Yeah.
Compared to the other person that you were dating.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I passed this test is because he would talk to me and say stuff to me, and I'd be like, yeah.
I'm like, sure.
I wasn't trying to hide anything, and that's what he said. He said the people who didn't like him, of like the young kids, were people who were hiding stuff because he kind of has this way of looking right through you.
Yeah, he really does. It's quite scary.
It is scary. He has this way of looking right through you, and you feel like everything about you is exposed. Yeah. And I was like, I have nothing to hide, sir. I'm a good person. Except for yeah. She shook her hand.
And like,
yeah, I mean, I'm a good person. But I mean, I was like, there was nothing to hide. I was like, I told my bad along with my good. So it was like, so he liked that about me, and so I passed his test. And so I started running with them, and they're like, we knew you liked her. Taz was the one who was hard to crack. Because he was supposed to be like,
I'm sorry, Mom, and I'm sorry, Dad. I love you both so much.
Do you really? How do we know that's not a lie?
I'm reading it off the paper. I'm sorry, I thought this was rehearsed.
This is a transcript rehearsed. Wow. So that was kind of when we got to the point where we were publicly dating, and there was a lot of stuff. We just trips. I mean, like, that's the boring part.
Oh yeah. But I mean, the first year of dating, like, there was a lot of issues that we both had that we weren't used to yet. Like, I was the type of person that was very independent. Like, he would be like, can you give me water? I'd be like, you have 2 legs. You can get one yourself, right?
She was real mean.
I was super mean.
She was super mean. I remember one time her dad was like, or something happened, so I got up to go to the bathroom, and her dad said something to antagonize her. And Taz used to be just anger. Primal anger she just jumped to anger was her first instinct. Just anger. Her dad said something to her, and I just heard him yell at her. Or heard her. She got up and yelled at him like, ah, da, 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 da. And I was coming back from the bathroom, and he looked at me with a smile because he's also, if you listen to our other podcast, Outside of People, he's evil. And even after I called him evil on the podcast, he's like, oh, so I'm some kind of doer of evil. And I was like, you know you're evil. Don't try to make me feel like I shouldn't have called you that. But he looked at me with this smile on his face and was like, did you see that? And I was like, yes.
Yes.
And Taz turned around all embarrassed because I saw her anger side for the first time.
No, you didn't see my true anger side until a few weeks ago.
I did not see her. But like I said, I didn't, like, I thought you would, I didn't. Like, you would calm down. Like I said, your initial reaction was always anger.
My initial reaction is always going to be anger, but...
You're not... I don't think so. Not anymore.
Not as much anymore, no.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not...
I try to rationalize so I don't,
yes, you do.
Destroy this relationship.
You don't just be like, yeah, exactly. So, like, there was a lot of stuff at the beginning. Like, what were some of the things that I did at the beginning that you were like, oh, I can't deal with this. I can't be married to someone like that. Oh, gosh,
you were so loud.
Yes, I was.
He would
still kind of loud.
No, you weren't as loud. No. Okay, so we would start dating... And then he would be over there, and he'd walk in the door, and he would just scream. That would be it. Like, there would be nothing he would be screaming about. He would just go, ah! Out of nowhere. And I'm like, what
That's how I stretch. That's how I stretch.
Well, you weren't even stretching. You were just walking.
I was probably stretching. Sometimes I just yell. Like, I've been living by myself. You don't know. Sometimes I just have to yell.
I don't know why you did it. I was just, it would scare me every time.
I still do that.
Oh, well. Because
I live by myself now. Before I'm ready to be like, shut up. But I live by myself. So sometimes I'll just be in my room, I'll be like, ah! I just yell.
Your poor neighbors, man.
I know. Priscilla's already dealing with it, so it's fine. But yeah.
One of our neighbors are just like, I can hear you so clearly.
Yeah,
You guys talk about the weirdest stuff ever.
Yeah, we do.
I'm like, I'm sorry we're so loud. She goes, it's okay. Just try to calm down a little bit.
It's very nice for her that she hasn't, she's only had to come over here one time, and we've been real loud for lots of times.
Yeah, he got FIFA, and now he's like screaming at every goal he makes.
Oh my gosh! Well, it's because I'm semi good. There's a lot of goals that hit the post that should go in, and there's a lot of headers that should go in. It's just like a lot of stuff like that. Anyway, that's the whole excitement of the game. Anyway, I do scream and yell. One of the things with Taz was her anger. She would get so mad about nothing.
Yeah,
and that was so new to me. I was like, literally, this is what you want to.
I was born like that, though.
This is what you want to get mad about. You want to scream and be angry about this.
But I was nice and calm over text.
Well, yeah, that's the trick.
It is a trick.
That's the trick. You didn't know I was yelling all the time over text. Just talk. I just talk loudly, and I just randomly.
You're a lot calmer now, though. I must admit.
Yeah, like I said, I got to get mad. I got a lot calmer.
You did get calmer, and so did I. I used to be, I used to jump to the worst conclusion, get really angry, and, what else did I do that was just so irritating?
I don't remember what you do, so all I know is I
was stubborn. I was so stubborn.
But you're still kind of stubborn.
I'm still kind of stubborn, but I've always been like that.
It was just that you were stubborn. Before she was stubborn for no reason. It was this is not a reason to be stubborn.
Now I usually have something to back it up with.
Yes, and that helps me because I'm very like that. I will listen to anything you have to say as long as you have a reason to back it. Mm-hmm. If you're just gonna be just cause, there's no way we can work this out. There's no way for us to work together.
True, very true. I've been doing good about it. I've been working on it.
I definitely think you've changed it. Like I said, if you got rid of it completely, you'd be a different person, and I wouldn't love you.
Oh, thanks.
But I
think
you worked. No, like I said, we both I tried to work on things that I was doing that was annoying to you. That way, I could be a good head, and that way we would work together. And it was magic. There was a lot of stuff I remember at the beginning where I was like,
it takes the right kind of people.
Goodness. I was like, oh my, if she's gonna be like this, I don't know if I could. But like I said, I was very mature about my flirtation.
At one point, there was
picking upness.
There was at one point. I almost broke up with you.
Really? When did that happen? I don't know. What happened?
I don't know.
I've never heard the story. You should tell me.
I don't even know exactly what happened. I think, I didn't see me change in you yet, and I was working really hard to change for you. And I was like, I don't know if he's ever going to change. And I sat down and talked to my mom. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Mom, I don't know if he's going to change. I don't know if I can deal with it, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not dating you until you can change. I mean, there was a few things that I told you, okay, maybe you should do this a different way, right? And I was like, he's not responding anyway, and I'm like, maybe I should break up with him. My mom got so sad because she loves you so much.
I think you're confusing that conversation. Do you remember that time that brother gave that talk?
Oh yeah,
that's that time you're about to break up with me.
Yeah, that. And then there was also that, and I was like. And that there was that talked about
if you're ready for marriage. Yeah.
If you're ready for marriage, and I was like, I don't know if I'm
ready. This guy.
I was like, I don't know if I'm ready, and it scared us all because he's like, he was very stern about it too. He was like, if you're not a pioneer, you're not a ministerial servant, you can't be ready to date yet. It scared the living crap out of me. Mm-hmm. I was like. Everybody's gonna be talking stuff about us, and I was just scared, and I think that's when I almost broke up with you.
Yeah, I remember that you almost broke up because she texted me all cryptic oh we should, but because it wasn't we should talk. It was more we shouldn't be we shouldn't do this. This is bad. Blah, blah. I'm like, what happened? What's bad? I was like, what's wrong?
It was a strong talk though.
Yeah, I understand. So I just explained to her. I was like, I understand. If that's the way you feel. I was like, but I look at it from this point of view. And I was like, you are.
Which helped.
Because I was like, look, are we just dating? We're not just dating because we're dating to have fun, or we're not just. Like the brother said, if you're going to be serious about it, if you're ready to get married, that's when you date. I'm like, are you thinking about the qualities in me that you see that you would want in a husband? She was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm thinking about you and qualities that I would want in a wife. I was like, if you are thinking in that terms, in that way, then you're dating for the right reasons.
which he basically saved our relationship there.
Thank you.
Because
like I said,
I was freaking out. I don't even remember what any of the talk was about. I just remember
know it was about like
coming
dating.
home.
It was basically about dating, I think, or marriage. Are you ready for marriage?
It was because there was a few young people in the hall, and it was like freaked every kid out in that hall.
I remember, yeah.
Because it was a strong talk, but it was a good one. And I don't know, it just gave me a heart attack, and I was just like, I don't know if I should be dating him. What's going to happen when we go public? I don't know what to do. And I was talking to my mom. She was like, it's a shame we're going to break up with him because he's a good brother.
Did she really say that?
Yeah, she did. She goes,
thanks, Amy. Good luck, homie.
I
Good
know.
luck, big homie.
Yeah, you owe my mom one on that one,
I don't know
too.
your mom. Jack squat.
She
didn't do nothing for me.
Yeah, she sat down and told me, he's a good brother. He's a marriage still servant in his hall. People in your hall don't know that, but he's a good brother.
You should have seen that. She didn't do nothing for me. What you got, Amy? What you want? You want a cookie or something? You want a cookie? Come at me, bro. What if you want me? She's gonna hear this and come at me.
I know, she's gonna.
She listens to this at work and she'll walk over to my desk and be like, "What?
I'm here to 1v1 you.
I'm here to 1v1 you." Yeah. So she'll listen to this and come over and say something smart. So.
Yeah, she will. She's gonna quote it or something.
But I'll probably post this the week of our anniversary.
Oh.
Not our anniversary. What am I talking about?
Our wedding.
Our honeymoon.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah. But now people know when this is.
No, but she can't walk over your desk and say, I'm here.
Ha ha! Probably not at my desk, Amy. Ha ha! Suck on you. You suck. Ha ha. Anyway.
She'll text you or something like,
The rest is history, right? Though, do you think the rest is kind of history?
It is.
We got through it and we became loving. I'm very excited to marry this girl. I want you guys to know that.
I'm very excited to marry him too.
But the one thing I wanted to, because early on in our relationship, once we established that we wanted to get married to each other, I started to think very seriously about how we would work together.
Mm-hmm.
As in, not just like, okay, these are qualities I would want in a mate. I was like, how we work together.
Mm-hmm.
And so, is there anything that you could think back, like at that time? Can you remember? Because I think I said it to you, right? I told her, I was like, how do you think? I was like, I want us to be able to prove that we can work together now, rather than waiting until, wait until we get married to start treating each other like a husbandly couple.
I think we were very open and honest with each other.
Yeah.
So at that point, after you told me that, I was like, okay, this is how I'm feeling, and this is how what I feel when you say this, you know?
Yeah.
And then at that point, when you're open and honest with each other, it works.
Yes.
Because then you're like, okay, this person doesn't like me, would like it when I do this.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You explain why, they get it, and they try to change it.
Or they like when I do this. Why do you like when I do this? Like,
this is because it makes me feel happy.
Like I said, when she used to be like,
I used to really just start telling him not to do it instead of giving him any explanation. But now I kind of just like, okay, well, I don't like this because of this.
Yeah, and it works better. I remember one thing, like when I used to ask, because I like to ask people to get me stuff. I don't know why. It's just, it feels better that way. I could get it myself. Yeah, I do. But I like when I ask people to give me stuff and they show me that love and they get it for me. So I used to ask Taz, like, oh, Taz, she's like, you have 2 legs.
Get yourself.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I was like, oh, okay, so I got it, because, I'm not a jerk, but...
That changed a lot.
Then it changed, then she started to do stuff nice for me, and I was like, oh, I can do this.
I'm trying to cook for you, but I'm mostly a cleaner.
She's mostly a cleaner.
Like, he would go to work, and he'd come home to a completely clean house. And he would feel so loved by it.
It was nice. She cleaned my house a couple times. And so, yeah, it was nice. I really like this girl, guys. So, I hope you guys find yourself a good one. If you're, all those guys listening out there, send us some questions. We'll try to answer them. We got the girl point of view and the guy point of view.
Yeah.
We'll try to help those couples out there. Because you're probably you're probably thinking the same stuff that we're thinking. Like,
yeah.
This is all new. Like Taz lived in my house the other day. I know she was sick. There's a couple stuff that she did that I was like, oh god, this is not the time to say it to her, but this kind of sucks. She was like, the forks. There are 2 sizes of forks in there. There are big forks and there are small forks.
Oh yeah, I know.
And you see how they line up together perfectly. And there's two sizes of spoons. I'm just, like I said, you were sick yesterday. It wasn't the time to say it. There are two sizes of spoons.
I fixed it today. I noticed.
I fixed it today. I fixed it yesterday.
No, I know, but when I put the stuff away,
okay,
I realized. I think it's because I was trying to do dishes when I was hyped up on drugs.
Okay. It just looked all crazy.
I know. I'm sorry. I was just trying to keep the house clean, and I was like, I got 2 hours of sleep the night I was sick. And
like I said, I understood, so I didn't say anything. But there's just a lot of stuff that, like, when I came over here while she was sick, and I started cleaning up, and I was like, it wasn't like cleaning. I was like,
it was like picking up.
Yeah, I was like picking up and moving stuff. So I was like, there's places where she would keep stuff where I was like, I don't like where you keep this. Like, I would like keep it out of the line. Like she was laying on the couch, which was fine.
But I have all my stuff in the middle of the floor.
Like, just, like, in the middle of the floor. And I was like... it
was reachable for me because I was sick and I didn't want to, like...
I understand, but, I mean, couldn't you reach it where I put it anyway?
Yeah.
When I moved it?
Yeah,
I just moved it along the wall so it was still out of the way type of deal.
True.
So, I mean, like, it's just, like, little stuff like that where I know we're going to have to...
We're going to have to fix
come together. Because there's going to be... You haven't lived with me yet.
True.
We'll see. There's going to be stuff where you're like, oh, my goodness.
True.
Like, I do not make up the bed in the morning. I don't know why. I
sometimes will and I sometimes won't. But I also move the whole mattress, so it's okay.
You do, which is weird. Not just move the mattress, you move like the comforter. She just like shifts it somehow.
I don't even know.
I don't know how you did it. You just moved it.
I just did. And I'm a blanket stealer, and I also do this thing with toothpaste. When I put it on my toothbrush, I smooth it out with my finger.
But that won't affect me. That won't.
No, but you're always gonna see it, and you're gonna think it's so weird.
I'm not gonna think it's weird. I don't think it's weird. Every time I lay, I'm like, I don't know why she does that.
I don't either. I just do it because it's more comfortable.
You could flatten it like 1,000 other ways you could flatten it. But anyway, so we have come to the end of our podcast. Normally we end the Excited People podcast with a rapid fire question, but we're not gonna do that.
What?
We got to start our own separate tradition for Excited Marriage Podcast. So, I want to ask you, Taz, what's something you're excited about for our marriage?
I'm excited to wake up next to you.
Oh, that is. I'm also excited about the same thing. We'll get into that in another podcast, but living by yourself, like, I'll wake up sometimes and I'll be like, oh. Like, it's sad. You're just like, oh. Because I was talking to her. You were talking to her before you go to sleep. You dream about her at night, and then you wake up alone in your bed, and you're like, oh.
This morning, okay, I have to tell the story real quick. This morning, it was like, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up for no reason at all, and I turn over because as a couple, I want to, like, stay on my side of the bed so I don't intrude on his territory. And so I laid out a pillow, like, to show me that this is him, right?
Yeah.
And I woke up thinking he was there, and I put my arm out to grab his arm, and it was a pillow, and I don't know why, but it totally disappointed me.
It's so sad.
I was like, oh. And then I went back to sleep, and I knew I was alone, so it was sad. Sorry to end on that sad note.
Well, that's okay. We would like to encourage all of you to continue to listen to our Excited Marriage podcast. We hope that you send in some questions, at least send in some topics or something that you want to hear us talk about. Help us to create content that you want to listen to.
Or if you have a problem, or if you have an issue and you want advice, we're also welcome to give you advice for that too.
If you don't have advice, if you want to just listen and enjoy our journey, because like I said, the whole reason we're starting this is because I'm like, our marriage is going to be beautiful and it's going to be majestic, and it probably will be. I think it will be.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But we want to take you guys through the highs and the lows with us. That way you can figure out, like, well, if we argue about something little, you'll be like, oh, when I get married, I'm not going to argue about that little thing either.
Yeah, like the whole forks and spoons thing.
Yeah, like the whole forks and spoons thing. So we would like to send you guys off and enjoy your excited
marriage podcast.
Enjoy our side of marriage. Auf Wiedersehen.